Welcome back everyone. This week on Travel Tip Tuesday, we're talking about traveling by air. I'm going to share with you some of the best industry tips and tricks to make your next air travel go as smoothly as possible. Stay tuned to the end because the last one is not only the best one, but it also might be the most controversial. So we'll start off with my first tip. It is to choose your seat wisely. Do you want an aisle seat? Do you want a window seat? If you're traveling with a companion, you may want to choose the aisle and the window because very few people like to sit in the middle seat, so it may leave that one empty for you to stretch out because this can make a huge difference on how comfortable your journey is. Okay, my next tip is to pack smart. Make sure you only pack your essentials and try to keep your carry-on as light as possible. This usually makes it easier to move around and you won't have to worry about struggling with heavy bags. Now, tip number 3 is you want to arrive at the airport as early as possible. Remember, we're trying to make this trip as smooth as possible. And depending on the airport, getting through security can be a nightmare. So domestic trips, plan for at least an hour, and international trips, plan for at least 2 hours. Next up, you want to dress appropriately. You want to choose comfortable shoes that are easy to move around in, that are breathable, preferably slip-ons to get through security. Okay, now tip number 5 is to keep all of your travel documents organized and in one place. You want to easily access them when you need them. My next tip is to bring your own snacks and water, especially if you have dietary restrictions. While some airlines do provide these for you, they're rarely healthy options, and some don't even provide them at all. Now, tip number 7 and 8 go hand in hand. Tip number 7 is you want to stay active. Especially on long trips, you'll want to take regular walks up and down the aisle, do some stretching, and even some light exercising in your own chair. This is going to help prevent any stiffness or even cramping. Now, tip number 8 is to bring some entertainment. Whether it's some music, a book, a movie download, anything to keep you occupied during a trip, especially a long one, can make the time pass quickly. Now, number 8 is a great segue into number 9, which is to be courteous to other passengers. You don't want to keep your music loud. You always want to have headphones. You don't want to disturb other passengers. Be courteous. You want to be mindful of other people's personal space, just like you want them to be mindful of yours. Remember, you're not the only one trying to get to your destination. And finally, tip number 10, the one I feel is the most controversial, yet the most important, believe it or not, is to stay hydrated. Some people believe drinking too much on the plane can cause them to have to disturb others by getting up to go to the restroom. But there's something about the light air that requires you to stay hydrated. Dehydration and air travel are not complementary. So no matter how many trips to the restroom you have to make, stay hydrated with water. So there you have it, my top 10 airline travel tips, especially for the newbies. Hopefully this will make your next flight go as smoothly as possible. Thanks for watching, and remember, seek the world, travel